All right, welcome back. Yes, it has been a while. Um, it has been a long while, and that will become very clear once you see the factory. So, if I remember right, I think the last video I made was around maybe 45 hours, and now we're at 53. So, a lot has been done. Like, tons have been done, actually. It's a little bit, it's not very smooth right now. Okay, so this is where we ended. We were making adaptive control units, or starting to make them. I need to bring in 3 more ingredients, but I think before I do anything, I should just go on a quick factory tour. I don't remember how much of this you've seen, if any of it, so I'll just start over here. This is the steel production area, which hasn't really changed much. I'm going to turn this game music down a little bit. So I don't think this has changed much. It's one of the areas that I want to overhaul pretty soon. Maybe now, maybe next, but you know, it's the steel. We built this giant bus, bridge thing from there all the way down around there, and it's carrying a bunch of materials. So I'll show you that. I'm not sure if we had a jetpack last time. I think we did. But yeah, there's all these different materials coming down. Kind of cool looking. Can always add to it more later. Yeah, and those have 2 manufacturers that are making computers and heavy modular frames. And nothing moving them around, they're just making them into boxes, so. Just filling up the boxes really slowly. They make them like 1 or 2 per minute, something like that. So another thing that we've done is we've set up Caterium production, which is over here. Yeah, over here. You can see there's a Caterium mine on that plateau, and then smelts them. We have a little jump pad to get up there easier. Yeah, Caterium ore, smelting. I guess it's six of them. So a box full of Caterium magnets, and then we have a little mini production making quick wire. So that's like completely full actually. So that's good. That's kind of all in a holding pattern right now, I guess. This leads to our coal plant, which hasn't changed. I haven't even been up there in like 20 hours or so, if not more. The 2 biggest areas that I wanted to show you are the iron. We basically completely redid the iron. So it's pretty cool now. I guess I'm going to go ahead and finish this first. Well, no, that's going to take a while to get those things down there. So computer and modular frame, that's just like the 2 things we're making. So I'll have to think about if we want to make belts. Okay, so this is the iron. It may already look very different. It's huge. We've extended it in almost every direction. That extends way far down. And there's a 3rd floor to it. Oh yeah, and we put this in here, which is modular engines. So that's being made right now too. Also, I'm trying to do a like naming, kind of a systematic way of labeling different things. Like, for example, this is a box going in and out. It's saying 5 per minute in, 0 per minute out, but I think that's not true because it's going in here, so it's probably an outdated sign. It's actually 2 per minute out. So I'm going to put that on the sign. Yeah, and then you can keep track of it that way to know if you need to boost production on a certain item or not. Same thing with this. It's saying 0 out, but it's not true because smart plating is going in here, so 2 per minute. 2 per minute, okay. So now it's 2 in, 2 out, which is good if it's 100% right here, which it is. Okay. And we're finally using rubber. So it's just a crazy... It's actually way more organized than it used to be, but it probably still looks pretty unorganized. I always hit those guys now. Just so they'll leave me alone. But yeah, I mean, this is... I don't even know how to, like, start showing you the iron. I guess show you with the iron mines. I think the iron mines are pretty much all Mark II now. There's a bunch of them. There's 6 of them, I think. 6 Mark II miners. So here's the inflow. You can see a bunch of them going in. We've utilized the Mark IV belts pretty well. So, okay, so check this out, right? 720 input, 750 output. Now, it really means that the output is going to be 750 at the most. But as certain materials fill up and their machines turn off, it ends up not being a full 750 out. So we're still capping out this box with iron ore, which is good, I suppose. But if it ever started using everything again, it would eventually empty because the output's bigger than the input. And the reason I separated it with the plus signs like this is because of each box has 2 inputs. So it's like this right here corresponds to that 480. And then the top one corresponds to the 240. Similarly here, we got the Mark III output, which is the 270 output, and then this is the Mark IV output, which is 480. So it's just flooding out iron. Pretty cool. So let's ride this. It goes all the way... Oh. They've just got this big line of smelters here. It goes all the way down. So this one actually goes over to the... goes all the way over to the steel production. So that's a really long belt. Here's the coal coming in as well, which is being unloaded by the tractor. But yeah, this is like just a bunch of smelters. I don't even know how many, but it's a lot. And it's making a bunch of iron ingots. It's just so cool that we're able to use Mark IV belts. We can really boost production significantly. So it's making 480 ignits per minute. And it's actually outputting 480 as well. So on here it's like 300 and 180 equals 480, right? But it's still all coming from one output. But that helps me remember that like 300 is going one direction and 180 is going another. So I think this one is 180 and this one's probably 300. This is the same kind of thing. It goes in a line all the way to the bottom. And it's just a bunch of constructors in a row making rods. So it's a whole bunch of rods. Also, I started doing this thing. You can see some of the conveyor belts are like on the rooftop. I kind of like the look of it, and it's like they're not really supported, but you know, I kind of imagine them hanging from the ceiling. I think it'd be cool if they added that graphical detail in the future, like but yeah, so rods is one place. I really, the goal of this was to really separate the production lines of things so that you knew where rods are being made and where reinforced plates are being made, etc. And that way you can go there when you know you're short on something. Like if we're short on rods, we'll go to this line of constructors and expand it, build another line. So this is cool. I didn't do this everywhere, but like this is a little more signage to help kind of keep it straight as far as where everything's going. This is a line of, I guess, 4 assemblers, and they're all making reinforced iron plate. So as a group, when you combine 4 of them, they're making 20 per minute, and they require these inputs. It also helps me keep track of the belts. Since you need 240 screws, you actually need a Mark III belt of screws going in. And then the output's being stored in a chest here, which is also labeled. So yeah, it's pretty wild. And let's see, if we go upstairs, it's where it gets even crazier. So here I have iron plates, and so these are iron plates. We're making 120, we're using 120. The inputs are 180 per minute iron ignits, so this is part of the output of the iron ignits from below. And it's making 120. So there it is. Okay, now the screws I just really went overboard on. Definitely not gonna do this with pretty much anything else ever again, but with the screws we needed tons of screws, and we still probably don't have enough, which is crazy, but we're actually making 720 right now. Using this chest system, it's the most you could do is, I guess, 960, because that would be like Mark IV and Mark IV. So it's almost to the max, but not quite yet. But what happens is when you get so many constructors, I essentially ran out of belts. So that's why I made these signs, to make it very clear at what point, how big the throughput is getting at each point. And they're numbered, so you can just go to the very bottom and say, okay, there's 18 constructors. So that means it's 180 rods per minute. But on the output, 1 rod makes 4 screws, so it's a lot of screws being output. In fact, so many that I had to do 2 rows of outputs. So here you can see I just used the stackable holes to put the second line right above the base one. So this is like a full Mark IV belt, and then plus some extra. It ended up working out pretty cool, because like the signs are underneath the upper belt. So yeah, that's screws. This is also where modular frames are being made, and I wanted to make 10 per minute. I don't really know why I made 10 per minute. I think that may have been more than I actually needed, but it's being made. And I'm doing this kind of elevated, what do they call these? This elevated manifold method. So it's a small metal pillar supporting these, which I didn't really have to build the pillars, but I thought it looked goofy without them. Okay, and I think the only other one that you haven't seen is the rotors at the very top. So these two lines are going way off to that giant bridge that leads over to the other two manufacturers that make computers and heavy modular frames. So that's what they're doing. Okay, so if we go up to the third level, which is a much higher ceiling, we have plenty of extra room up here, so we could add more to this, but it's really just the rotor production. 8 per minute. I think it's just 2. Yeah. That also requires quite a bit more screws. Let's see, is the output marked? Let's see. Oh, 8 in, 12 out. Interesting. Okay. But you can see from below that you can see all the belts up there hanging around. Makes it nice and clean to have a really high ceiling like this. Okay. That is the tour of the iron, the new and improved iron. I've been struggling with plastic. See, we don't really have any reserves. That's why this milestone hasn't been completed yet. But that is a good segue into showing you the oil production. So let me dispose of a couple things real quick. Is that bauxite? Heatsink. I guess I could get these circuit boards out and the computers out since we have another spot for those. And I guess the sulfur as well. Steel ignite. What else do we not need? Okay, I guess I'll throw some stuff in here maybe. Might as well throw the computers in just because I have them in production and they'll probably get us a lot of tickets if they're advanced. I do need some more iron plates though. Oh, see, that's the bad thing. I tore down a lot of these boxes that I had, so a little bit unfortunate that this new system is, I would say, better, but a little bit more inconvenient because I have to like run over and get stuff. If I need plates, I have to run over here and get them. Okay. I'm gonna just kind of refill on a couple things here. Reinforced iron plate. No, sorry, steel beam. Oh, even stators. Are they in here? Here they are. Oh, I don't need those ignites. I have a bunch of power shards, but you know, I think I'm gonna set up the adaptive control units before I travel over to the fuel power plant, because I want this to just be producing, you know, while we're waiting. So, but it's easier said than done because these need 3 more resources and they're all pretty far away. So let's see. I'm guessing we just kind of drop them down from here and cut them over. This is not too bad. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do whatever this is first, which I think is computers. Just do Mark 1 belts. But this is heavy modular frame. Okay. And it goes over there, so... Oh, yeah, I have a rifle. I don't know if y'all have seen this. Pretty awesome. Looks pretty legit. It's like an FPS game. Okay, so how do we get this over there? And how organized do we want this to look? I guess this is like the most on the outside. I think we can blow up this rock. Yes, sir. What about this rock? Love that sound. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Should be getting some flowing out. Yep. I'm gonna do the computers now. Okay. Okay, wasn't sure that was lined up first. I'm gonna clear the area a little bit just to make it look a little better. I think I'm gonna just kind of go right next to this. Keep it low so it goes under the coal. Do we need that coal line? That's the other question. I guess the circuit boards, is that what it is? Circuit board, okay. They're gonna come down from this this bus thing right here. So they're being used here, and production's really low on them. So they're being used for computers, but we need to also use them for this guy. So we need a splitter, basically. Huh. Is this gonna work? Looks kind of crazy, but alright. Ooh, it's coming down like kind of right on this pipe. Okay, it's missing it, right? I think. Yeah, it's not hitting it. Alright, cool. They chop this tree down. Okay, so we're close. Now I'm gonna work from the other side. So we could have them nice and lined up, I suppose. Cool. Should be okay with these. This hyper tube, we can kind of just go under them. Ah, I figured we were gonna run out of minerals at some point here, so no problem. It's really, this makes me want to like play the whole game over again and like make everything really pristine and perfect looking. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, this is wood. This is leaves. Where do I put the sulfur? Isn't it like behind here? Oh, by the way, this goes to the other computer factory over there. I don't know if y'all saw this, but I made a little factory that makes smokeless powder. It uses a bunch of chests where you have to manually put stuff in. Like packaged oil residue. I think this is supposed to be sulfur. So that should help it make a couple more, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Need to go get plates. It's definitely a lot of running around, which is like kind of the next level of planning, is making sure you don't have to run around too much. So I got 2 stacks last time, so I'll get 3 stacks this time. Still making modular engines. Oh yeah, so we're still working on hooking these up. So Okay, 3 and 3. Blow up what we can. Is that gonna dodge the power line? Actually gonna change that, believe it or not. Where's the other one? Okay, so technically everything's hooked up. Now I suspect that the circuit boards are going to be super slow. But really they're all going to be slow because, I mean, the... well, I was going to say the heavy modular frames and the computers they're very slow. They take a long time to create, but you only need one per minute, so it doesn't seem too terrible. But one way that we can increase the circuit board production is to increase the plastic production. So the next thing we want to do is go check on the oil area. Well, first I'm going to check on the circuit board production, and then I'm going to check on the oil area. This is just a little miniature area that makes turbo fuel, which I don't even use. I was really excited that it was going to, like, buff the... I thought it was going to buff the, what do you call it, jetpack, but it doesn't. Alright, so we have 2 assemblers making circuit boards, except they are not well supplied. So you can see they're only working at like 40% capacity, so the problem is plastic, of course. We need 60 plastic per minute, and we're just not getting it. Wait, what? 21? What did we do? Is that from putting like computers in it and stuff? I mean, that's way more than I've ever had. Okay, you can get all sorts of things. I do want to get some of this stuff. Street light. Floodlight, that's cool. $11 right now. Conveyor wall mount, that's cool. Actually meant to get that earlier. Okay, foundations. I don't really expect to use any of this stuff, but let's see what walls. Oh, tilted walls. Kind of just interesting, like, creative stuff. I guess this is interesting because it's like glass. I don't understand gates. Oh, windowed walls, that'd be cool. Okay, this has got to be like, yeah. So we'll take off the street lamp and just buy all this. Alright, lots of stuff. Okay, so let's go to the, where's the, oh, here it is. We're gonna go to the oil center, and this place is kind of crazy. So it's gonna look a lot different from what you remember if you watched the last one. So you can already see it there in the background. It's a really big tower, or it's a big building with power plants pumping out fumes at the top. Oh yeah, I forgot we built this little thing over here last time. It's just it's like a battery center, so it's a little bit of a stored up energy that we can make now. So, as you may remember, this place produces a lot of fuel. Try to reorganize it, make it look a little neater. They're using the conveyor doors and little ramp here to go in the second level. Boom. So, okay, it's some of it might actually look familiar. Like this is familiar, although it is doubled now. So there's 4 refineries making plastic right now, but as you can see, they're not actually working. So this is like part of the problem. And it's the reason it's not working is because we can't get rid of the oil residue fast enough. And well, why not? Well, the oil residue is supposed to be creating fuel, but that's not happening. In fact, this isn't even hooked up to anything. Okay. So why is that? Well, we had this giant thing of fuel over here. I don't remember why or when we made it, but we made it. And we're trying to empty it out, which it might be getting close. And I'm following where it's going, so it's pumping it into these things. I really want to get rid of all these things. And it's pumping it up to the second story. So, the second story of this place is a bunch of fuel generators. So fuel generators is okay, they're all off. So fuel generators are tricky because they have to have a constant supply of fuel, and if they don't, they just shut off and you have to manually like go reboot them. So I guess this was successful, I'll call it, because we had this extra fuel. We've essentially emptied it. Like it's, pretty much empty. I think a lot of the remainder is just the fluid system, like not quite, pushing its way through the pipe. So I'm gonna start deleting it. So normally I would just hook this back up to here because that's where it was originally. But I don't like this. I don't like that I built these 3 things here. I don't even know why I did, so I'm just gonna get rid of all these. And just hook it up to that, right? So, yeah. Okay, so if this is getting rid of this, 40 per minute, right? And I actually clocked this, so I'm gonna take it back to 100. I don't remember what I was thinking, so start with 100. This is gonna be 40 fuel per minute. Okay, 40 fuel per minute going upstairs. Going into this thing. Hopefully that actually works. I think it is. So really, we just need enough to burn 40 fuel per minute. Oh! Wait, so... maybe it doesn't turn off. I thought you had to manually reboot them. I'm gonna take this back to 100. So that's 12. I'm basically gonna just make this add up to 40. $12 and 12 is 24. That's 36, and then this one is 4. So it needs to be 1/3 of what it is, so. Oh, wait. Here we go. So this is like a little miniature production. I mean, I guess that works, but here's the thing. Is that enough? Are we getting rid of the oil residue fast enough still? Because we might need 2 of these things creating fuel. So, how much oil residue is this making? Well, these 2 make 40. Okay, 40. And then there's some upstairs. So upstairs is rubber. So those make 40. And these, if they were constantly making, would make... oh, wait. I forgot. So this is a separate thing now, right? So we're doing them separately. So this is good. Okay, good. That's why I added all this stuff up here. So this is... let me see. This is making 40 rubber per minute. It's also producing 40 oil residue. Oh, and that's why we downclocked it. Oh. Gotcha. So it's making 26.6 fuel. What? Okay. I'm gonna trust that this is all working. Interesting. So I guess I could do the same setup downstairs, where everything's at 66.6. Oh, this is at 67. Oh. That's so funny. Okay. It's also funny that, like, I had to cut holes in the ceiling for these smokestacks, which I think was kind of cool. But it turns out we may only need 3 of these downstairs, because this is only going to supply the refinery with 40 per minute. Yeah. Which means this needs to be underclocked. Okay. It's going to make 26.6. 26 2/3 fuel. So 8 2/3 times 3. 1, 2, no. So if it doesn't turn off, does it really matter? I mean, I guess it kind of does, just to make a constant flow of power. But I don't think we need this one. Which is good, because it actually makes it look a little neater. So let me just do the math. So if it's 26.666, What? 8.88888. Oh. Divided by 3. Oh, it's 8 and 8/9. That's weird. Okay. I don't know how this formula works, so it doesn't move linearly. I'll just keep this at 88.8, or maybe I want 88.89. Yeah, 67.66. Now, can I copy this? No. 67.66. Now that more or less should be constant production of plastic with burning off excess fuel. That's the intention. It seems to be good. And some of these machines are loud. So how many is this actually making? Well, it's making 60 per minute. Okay. All right. So that works. We have this set up. I guess I could build that in there to hide that hole. Okay. Now we want to go outside because there's a whole nother area doing something else. I built the second factory to deal with the oil mine here. So this is actually extracting 240 raw oil, which is a lot. And I wanted to do something with it. So, and I'm trying something different, which maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm just going straight to fuel. So it's essentially making 160 fuel a minute, I think? Yeah. And then I'm just burning the fuel. But hold on, because it also makes polymer resin. And polymer resin can be turned into plastic if you combine it with water. So there's 2 of these, which makes 40 plastic per minute. There's 2 of them because they each take 60 polymer resin per minute. So these 4 refineries making fuel produce 60 polymer resin each of them, so it balances the polymer resin. So if we wanted to expand plastic production, I don't think we would do it on this outside area here. Now what I do want to make sure of is that this fuel is actually being burned. Because right now, I wrote down 96 per minute. I'm not sure why. I guess these are not overclocked. Yeah. Five, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 of these. 8 times 12 is 96, right? So I could overclock them, but I think it'd be cool to just make more. Like they're 12 each, right? So, ooh, I would need a lot more. 118, 120. I'll probably just overclock them and use, well, hold on. No, let's just build it out. It'll be cool looking. Okay, I gotta deal with this tree. If I can. Really gotta actually build some foundations for this to make it look better. I think that's it. Oh, I actually don't know if that's gonna be the big enough right now. Let's see. So my thought is that I can... Oops. Look at that. Let's see. It's actually closer. Okay. Seems to work. Floor is too steep. Oh. And now we're going to be out of resources, so... So what did we add? We added 24 more. More. There's 4 and there's 20. Okay. But if we want to add even more, I gotta go get computers. I guess there's 40 more, so that's 4 more. Or I could do 3 more and overclock the last one or something like that. Maybe we'll do that. So wait, so 3 more, let me see. Oh, there's, okay. So we need motors and computers. But you can definitely tell that the plastic is better now, right? So that's going to help us a lot. And I need to get some more fuel. Notice how we haven't made any adaptive control units yet. So I'm wondering if... Or, I mean, none of them has been put into the space elevator, so I'm wondering if that's not quite set up correctly for some reason. Wood, leaves, flowers, I don't need that. Okay, I'll show you this little hyper tube here. I like this one because it uses the wall mounts. That it barely misses the wall there. Oh, yeah, they're all gonna be... Duh. What about the steel pipes or not? The steel pipes may not be supplying it fast enough. 30 per minute. I'm gonna check on the steel pipes real quick. They are coming from here. Oh. So it's literally 30 per minute. Right? Because, like, assuming this is a Mark 1 belt. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's fine. Alright, so I guess I'll go check on the device over here. Why? So it's not getting heavy modular frames. Why is that? Oh. Wait. So why did this one... That's interesting. Like, that one hooked up automatically. You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm saying? I wonder... Huh. I mean, I guess I don't really care, but that's weird. Alright, I'm gonna need to borrow the computers. Thank you. These things are really cool to watch. So now I just need motors. Wait a minute. Where'd the motors go? Are we even making them anymore? Oh, I think we make them over here, don't we? Is this them? Yep. The stator production is actually pretty low. We're supposed to be making 5 a minute, but we're not really making 5 a minute. 2 output, okay. I kind of don't like that I have this on both sides. I'm just going to delete these. Okay, well we have enough for power plants, so I'm going to head back. I have a bunch of power shards. Like, a whole bunch. Look, the plastic is actually backed up. So that's great. It's a Mark II belt all the way across. Plastic is, so. We need to refill our fuel too, because we're low on jetpack fuel. But this is basically it. You know, I've just been working on these. It's kind of like going back and forth between the fuel area. Technically, we have phase 3 being produced. So we're getting there. Let me get some fuel. Okay. So the interesting thing is this is actually not getting fuel right now. I wonder if I should update that. I don't think I really care that much, but let me go ahead and sometimes I'm not sure that works well. It's not really... Huh. Oh well. I'm not sure how you, you know, prioritize it. Maybe a valve or something? Okay. I mean... Interesting. I don't know. We'll see if that does anything. Okay. So outside... We got more fuel to burn up. So we're at 120, right? Yeah. We said 3. And then we're going to overclock one of them. These 3 have to add to 40. So before they're 36. Which means this needs 4 more oil. Oh, wait. We gotta do the power lines first. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna go down here. Okay, so there's this and there's this. Okay, so look at that. See the increase in production. I'm wondering why it's still so up and down like that, but it's pretty crazy, right? I mean, it's well above our max consumption, so that's good. Oh wait, so we have to bump this up by 4. These things are loud, man. Alright, so... Needs to be 16. Can I get it exactly? Okay, there it is. So now, technically... Oh, wait. Let's make sure this is all producing at 100. Why am I concerned? I guess I'm wondering why this isn't... There's nothing in the storage, but I guess I don't need there to be. And this is just 2 refineries. Which means it needs 40 water per minute. Just like double checking everything. Oh yeah, this is 120, so we're fine there. Okay, cool. And look, we've made 8 adaptive control units. Oh, look at this beauty. The mountain in the background. Wait, how do I take a screenshot? I may have already done it. I hit print screen a bunch of times. So, here's the map. I just want to, like, maybe explore some more or something. Whoa, did you hear that? Oh, I think we've been over here before. It's so much easier with the gun. Rock quartz. I'm actually gonna go look at these oil extractors. So is this the Spire Coast? I guess it probably is, right? I think they're 120 each, yeah. So they're like normal, and there's 2 of them. So that's 240. I'm just gonna check on these numbers real quick. 240 raw oil. Got 4 of these guys, so 30, 30, 30, 30. That's 120. Oop. Should probably put my gun away. So one of the miners are just for plastic. And these are also 30 each, so we have like 60 extra that we could do something with if we wanted, but... Cool. Alright. I think that's a good conclusion to the episode. We're about 1 hour, 10 minutes in. Got to see all the new parts. We're making progress toward space elevator phase. I think I'm just going to finish the milestone, since we have reasonable plastic production now, and then end it after that. I do want to know the actual demand of plastic, though. I don't really know what it is. Apparently we're getting some storage, though. Okay. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go look at the demand of plastic. Then I'm going to end it.
Milestone reached. Improved pipelines and pumps can now be constructed, capable of handling increased throughput of any fluid, as well as providing increased pressure handling for better vertical transport, respectively.
Wow. $50 meters lift. Okay, that actually is quite a bit better. So we think we're making 100 per minute. Actually, we know we are. What is it demanding? So this I think is 60. Yeah. But what is this? This is leading off to like the computer or something. Doesn't look like it's moving. So whatever it is, hopefully it's low. Yeah, it's just going to computers. Ah, 45. Interesting. So that's really 105. But also the circuits. Damn. Okay. 105. Well, we could probably boost plastic production if we had to. This is only making 15 per minute. For now, I'm going to just put 100 and 105 on the box. Oh, I thought I could put it on top of it. Oh. Okay. It's kind of cool, I guess. I think it's 100. I think we need to boost it to 120, but I mean, we really need to boost production of circuit boards, which is like, ugh. Is that really worth the trouble, you know? Because if we're making 15 right now, $15 per minute, don't you need like 25 per minute for computers? But really, it's splitting it in half, so it's like 25 is really only getting like 7.5, which I guess explains the 1/3. Well, kind of, yeah. So then, how many does it use on the adaptive control units? 5. So you need 30 per minute, and we're only making 15. So we need to double it. And that's 120 plastic right there. Double the circuit board production. I think we can do that. It's something I need to write down. All right. We got a lot of other things we could be doing, so we'll probably, I'll probably play for a while until, I don't know, 50, 60 hours or something. And then make another video then. So I'll see you guys then.